Greetings ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mangs and I welcome you guys to yet another installment of Mangs Monday. As always, we have a lot of things to cover in this show, so I suggest you grab something to drink, kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. In today's news and update segment, we are going to be talking about the upcoming release of the Fire Emblem hack Midnight Sun, made by Alfred Camon. It's finally here, and it's coming out this month. At the time of making this video, there's still no official release date. We only know that the full version of the hack is coming out this December. If you haven't seen or heard of Midnight Sun, it is recognized as one of the greatest hacks in the Fire Emblem community today. I have a 16-part Let's Play of it on my channel, which you can find a link to in the video description. In this Let's Play I review one of the earlier patches of the hack, so you can watch that to get a feel of whether or not this is something you'd be interested in. This story features a sort of alternate universe of the one we see in Sacred Stones, where the Demon King plays a much bigger role in the story's plots, and actually has a much more diverse and awesome character compared to the generic monster he is in Sacred Stones. The characters are all original, however, and the game shares very little in common with Sacred Stones aside from that, and is in my opinion the game Fire Emblem 8 should have been. You can click the link in the video description to go to the thread on Serene's Forest, where Alfred Camon regularly posts news and updates regarding the hack, and it will surely be the first place he will post a finished version of the game when it is finally released. Let's just hope there will be no delays. In today's featured Let's Play segment, I will actually not be featuring a single Let's Play, but rather a stream, or more accurate, a streamer. This person has helped me find a site on the internet where I could finally order a capture card for the 3DS, something that I've been looking for almost over half a year now with no success. So while the waiting list is huge, I will at the very least get my capture card somewhere before the next summer, which means that I can finally Let's Play Fates and Awakening, two of the most requested games on my channel. So as a big thank you, I will showcase her stream. The streamer goes by the name of French Frutal, and she streams a lot of games similar to mine, such as Fire Emblem, and I personally find the stream extremely entertaining, as well as great background noise for when I work. So I advise you go check out her Twitch page. If you're a fan of Ray, aka MageKnight404, it is not uncommon to see him join the stream as well, along with some other entertaining personalities. This month she will stream every single day of the week except for Thursdays, from 11 o'clock at noon Eastern Standard Time, and you might very well find me in the chat as well, so come over and say hello. If you are entertained, subscribe to her channel and say Mangs sent you. You can find a link to the Twitch channel in the video description. So then we come to the part of the show where we laugh at a comment, and this week the segment goes to that guy. That guy always posts those things, and he says, spoiler, Mangs wins. Damn it, you spoiled my Let's Play, god fucking damn it. Although, what's funny is not his initial comment, but what goes on below the comment section. I don't even know what's going on here, but it made me chuckle, so I guess you all win. Good job. And then it's time to look at a Babe of the Week, and this is one that I was actually not going to do, but a lot of people wondered why on earth she wasn't the first to get featured on this segment. I'm of course talking about my favorite babe in all of Fire Emblem, the one and only Louise. The reason I didn't immediately showcase her on the segment was because I felt like it would be better to showcase some of the females I don't constantly talk about on the channel, and I have both talked and showed quite a bit of art of the lovely Louise, as she is my favorite Fire Emblem girl, but I do agree, it's a travesty not to have her on this segment, so this week we're admiring the beauty that is Louise. Ever since I was a young teenager, I have always had a thing for blondes, and living in Norway, a country known to have some of the most beautiful blondes in the world, I guess I've been a little lucky in that regard. Louise is, simply put to me, a full package of what makes a woman sexy. She has long legs, full hips, a small and elegant waist, she is quite busty, and has the most beautiful smile combined with the most angelic eyes and the sexiest hair I have ever seen in Fire Emblem. Seriously, girls, hair that's braided on one side like that is so fucking gorgeous. Why don't I see more of it outside? Her outfit is also amazing, and probably the sexiest thing a woman can wear in my opinion. High boots, stockings and a miniskirt is a dangerous combination, and on a already sexy woman like Louise, it becomes almost much to take in. God, she is hot. And yeah, I know, she's married to Pent, but I honestly don't give two shits. It's her design I'm in love with, not her actual character. Though I must say that if I ever acquired a wife like Louise, I would most certainly not be running around in the desert chasing artifacts. I mean, what the hell are you thinking, Pent? Alright, so then it's time to answer some mail, and we actually have a lot of mails to go through today, so I can't take my sweet time with everyone, but we'll start with this one coming in from Ryan Keenan, and he says, "So, I've had a few burning questions that are in dire need of being asked. Answer as many or as few as you like." Alright, so number one. Say Fire Emblem or Advanced Wars is made into a Telltale game. What characters are the mains and what is the storyline? What? Telltale? I don't think that's gonna work. Alright, I guess it's gonna be the Etrurian family with Louise, Pent, Clarine and Klein in their quests to find nice clothes at the store. And it's really just an excuse to see Louise and Clarine in a Telltale game. That's it. That's a weird question, dude. Number two. You are able to make one game series well known and mainstream. What game series do you make popular and why? Well, that should be the most obvious question in the world. I'd make Fire Emblem mainstream. Why wouldn't I? I mean, yeah, sure, that would bring in a lot of awful fans, but it would also make my channel a hell of a lot more popular, and I might actually be able to do YouTube full-time with Fire Emblem content. Now, wouldn't that be the dream? Like, play Fire Emblem and have that be my job. Right now, I don't think there's any way, really, I could go full-time as a YouTuber with the games that I'm featuring on my channel, because they simply aren't well known. But yeah, I would love for Fire Emblem to go mainstream. As much as that would bring a lot of negativity to the series, it would also be very good, I feel. Number three, opinions on Donald Trump losing the lead he has in this presidential election. This is a very weird question, considering I just finished watching the presidential debates. That is actually really weird. Do you, like, stalk me or something? But let me tell you something. And this is, I normally don't go into politics on my channel, but I'm gonna say this right now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who wins. No matter who ends up winning the election, or no matter who ends up being your president, it's not gonna matter jack shit to the future of your country. I'm sorry. It's the big corporations and the rich fuckers who control America, not the politicians. The politicians are just placed there for you to have someone to vote for, to believe that you have a democracy, and to believe that your vote actually matters shit. I'm sorry to say this, but that is sort of the truth of the world. Politicians, they're just placed there to give the people the illusion that they have any say in what's going on with their lives. So yeah, that is my opinion on that. Alright, so thanks. Might submit more later. Please do. Thank you for the mail. Alright, so mail number 2 comes in from a guy named Metadash, and he says, "Hello Mangs, I am Metadash on YouTube. I subbed to you this year when I first saw your Fire Emblem 6 Let's Play. At the time I was considering getting the game, so I wanted to check it out online first. I liked your humor, accents, and, well, knowledge of the Fire Emblem series in general, so I stuck around." Alright, so just a few questions. Number 1, are you a fan of anime and or manga? And if so, what are some of your favorites? I used to watch a lot of anime back when I was a teenager. I watched Bleach and Naruto, mostly. Those were really the two. Naruto was the first anime I ever watched, and I was really, I really got hooked on that. But both Bleach and Naruto both had the problem that they both started out really, really good, and they got worse as time progresses, and now they're kind of just... Bleach isn't even on anymore. I still read the manga, but it's it's pretty shit at the moment. And Naruto, I felt like that just went down the drain after episode 150 or something. So I didn't really watch a lot after that, but I did recently discover the amazingness that is One Punch Man, and I fucking love that series to death. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's kind of like an anime that makes fun of other animes. It's a parody, so to say, but it's actually really fucking funny. So I recommend you go watch that. I think it's like, at the time of reading this mail, there's like 9 episodes out. So yeah, go watch One Punch Man. Aside from that, I wouldn't really call myself a fan. Anyway, number 2. Who is your favorite character from Fire Emblem 6, and who is your favorite character from Fire Emblem 7? Well, I guess you mean like in terms of popularity, or just general fandomness of the character, not as in a units. Well, you're looking at one of them. She's standing next to this male segment right here. It's Louise from Fire Emblem 7. I love her to death. And in Fire Emblem 6, I love her daughter, Clarine. Big fan of Clarine. So, I like them both, mother and daughter. They're both equally hot, and I would bang both of them. Number 3. What LP would you say is your favorite? This could be from a production standpoint, the freshness of playing, or some crazy moments, or just because you like the game in general. The LP that I had the most fun with was actually The Last Promise. I had a fucking blast making that LP. I don't know if it was just that I was in a good state of mind when I made it, but my energy level, my level of play, the fun I had, the moments I had, everything about that LP. I had so much fun that one evening I made 10 parts in a row. I have never done that before. At most, I make maybe 3 or maybe 4 parts if I'm really feeling good. I make 4 parts of an LP in a single day, but normally I make 1, or sometimes 2. So yeah, I made 10 parts. Like, I stood up, I ate my breakfasts, and like 10 parts later it was evening time, and I was like, holy shit, I am really having fun. I was like, no, now I have to actually stop and eat dinner. So that was, yeah, The Last Promise. I had a lot of fun with that. And it's too bad because The Last Promise actually gets a lot of shit these days from the community. And yes, it has some issues, that hack. I realize that. But you know what I fucking love about The Last Promise? It's finished. Like, seriously, how many hacks are fucking finished these days? Like 2 or 3? People just love creating new hacks, and then they just get bored and they start new projects, and it's fucking pissing me off. I mean, if the hacking community ever wants to be taken seriously, and ever actually create something that people will enjoy playing, they have to fucking finish their hacks. You can say whatever you want about Blazer, but the fucker actually finished his hack. It's a finished product. And I think the reason why I have difficulties enjoying hacks when I let's play them is because I know that the moment I get invested in them, and the moment that I start enjoying the story and the characters, it's like, oh, 9 chapters, the hack is over, and we have no idea when the creator is going to release another patch. And really, I'm not trying to talk trash to all the hackers out there. I realize that it's extremely time consuming, and I realize that it's hard as fuck to keep going. But all I can say is you gotta follow Blazer's example and follow through with your work. I think that's the reason why I enjoyed The Last Promise so much. So I still go back from time to time and I watch some parts of that, and you can just hear in my voice how much fun I'm having with that Let's Play. It's really amazing just to go and listen to. It's like the excitement of playing something new, you know? Something Fire Emblem and something new. I think that's really what got me in that hack, because when I play all the other Fire Emblem games, yeah, sure, I'm having fun, but I've played them a million times before, so I know exactly what I'm getting into. With The Last Promise, I was completely new. I didn't look up any guides or anything, I just played. Which of course made me lose out on a lot of shit, but fuck that, I had fun. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to read this, and thanks for all the awesome videos. It's a treat to watch you every day. Thank you. Alright, so this next mail comes in from Santiago Moreno, and he says, hello! I wanted to shoot ya some questions inspired by today's Mangs Monday. Been following your channel for a while now, because you produce high quality videos for Civ 5 and Advanced Wars, both of which are games I really love and think there isn't enough cool content for out there. If you like Civilization 5, then you should go subscribe to Marbasir. He makes amazing Civ 5 videos. He is my inspiration for making those. Anyway, I wanted to focus my questions on these 2 games, mostly since Fire Emblem really isn't my cup of tea. Alright, that's cool. 1. Are there any mod civs you'd like to play for Brave New World? Would you be willing to try some immersion-breaking but fun civs like the Citadel from Mad Max? Modded gameplay is fun. The only problem is that I need a better computer because some of them are really demanding. And if you don't have enough CPU, they can lag the game and crash the game a lot. So I need to get myself a better computer so I can play with fun mods. I would like to play as North Korea, actually. Even though the civilization is kind of crap, like from a balancing perspective, they're really weak. But they're North Korea, so they should be weak. I would still like to play a game as North Korea, because they look fun as hell to play. They get some bonuses related to nukes and shit, so they get less happiness. It's really funny. So yeah, I would like to play that. And also someone linked me a Tellus world map based on Fire Emblem 9 and 10. So you can play Civ in like Gallia and shits and Bengnion, and that actually sounds a lot of fun, so I might try that. Anyway, number 2. What would you add or remove for a Tentative Advanced Wars 5? What art style would you choose? Which COs would you most like to see come back? As much as I love Days of Ruin, I would really like to see Advanced Wars Retro. It's a game I've been talking about a lot on my Advanced Wars videos, and it's basically an Advanced Wars game that takes place before Advanced Wars 1. And the reason why I would like to see it, and I call it Advanced Wars Retro, because I believe it would be a really cool title. You know, it sounds good, don't you guys think? Advanced Wars Retro. I think it would be awesome. And it would have like it would have the same art style as Advanced Wars 1, but a little bit more Super Famicom inspired. So that there would be, for example, instead of tanks and medium tanks, there would be light tanks, medium tanks, and heavy tanks. And there would be the proto tank from the lab. It would borrow a lot of aspects from Super Famicom Wars. Maybe even some of the COs. And the idea is that we get to see young Nell, Grit, and Max in Young Orange Star, led by Olaf. And fighting against whoever. I've been thinking about who they should be fighting against, but I'm not really going to talk a lot about it. I might make a video about it later. And essentially we get to see the splitting of Orange Star, Olaf and Grit leaving for Blue Moon, and we get to see the conflict right there. And we would get to see Drake as a pirate before he joined Green Earth. He would like harass them on naval missions. We'd get to see Young Eagle, and maybe his CO would be, or maybe his father would be a CO, because it says in Eagle's description that he joined the Air Force to honor the memory of his father. So maybe Eagle's father would be a CO, and he would die in that game. We'd get to see the love triangle between Nell, Grit, and Max, which is hinted at in Advanced Wars 1. We get to see Sturm reaching out to Olaf at the end of the game, and, you know, planting the seeds of betrayal in Blue Moon, forcing them to attack Orange Star. You know, just a lot. There's a lot of cool shit you can do with this, and it would be very fun to see. So Advanced Wars Retro, I would fucking love that to come out, and it would of course be the same style as the Advanced Wars 1 and 2 games, because those are my favorites, as much as I love Days of Ruin. Anyway, number 3. How do you feel Days of Ruin is balanced compared to the other 3? Outside of Cauldron and Tabitha, the roster seems pretty balanced, I think. I can't really answer that because I haven't played enough player versus player combats in Days of Ruin. I've only played a couple of matches, and it was really hard for me to see what was balanced and what wasn't. You really have to play a game for a very long time before you get a feel of what's balanced and what's not, because there's just some things you just don't take into factor. Some things may seem overpowered. I remember when I started playing Days of Ruin, I thought that the anti-tank was the most overpowered unit in the world. Like, it could attack from a range, it had destroyed tanks, it just seemed so fucking OP. Like an artillery that could also defend itself. But then I realized, of course, that the anti-tank has weaknesses as well, and I would have to play a few games in order to catch up on that. But yeah, Days of Ruin seems somewhat balanced, I guess. But again, I can't say anything until I've actually played it some more. So I can't really answer that question. I'm sorry. Anyway, thanks, and keep up with the awesome contents. Thank you. So, this next mail comes in from Luzina the Time Traveler, and he says, Dear Awesome Mangs, I have been subscribed to you for about, what, half a year now, and I couldn't be more glad. I love Fire Emblem, and you are one of the very few great Fire Emblem YouTubers. You are my favorite YouTuber, and I am a pretty big fanboy. I couldn't believe it when I first saw it. Fire Emblem, Heroes, Civilization, Pokemon. Oh, and you also really got me into Advanced Wars. Every single thing I liked, I saw on this channel. I have spent a hefty amount of time watching your videos, and oh boy, was that time not wasted. Now, a few questions regarding the channel. 1. Will you be Let's Playing Heroes 7? I think that it came out recently, not sure. No, I won't. For me, the series have been dead since Heroes 4, to be quite honest. I loved Heroes 1, 2, and 3. They were the old school brilliant gems of the past. And Heroes 4, while it is a fun game, just did a lot of things that I did not agree with. Like letting the hero fight and shit, it just ruined everything. And Heroes 5, 6, and 7, I've actually played a fair bit of Heroes 5. I've completed the campaign, and it wasn't unenjoyable, but they have to move away from this horrible 3D engine that it just does not look good. And the 3D combat, I can't... I just hate it. I loved Heroes when it was 2D, and I think it works best as 2D, and there's no reason why we can't have a good 2D game nowadays. Like, graphics isn't everything. People are playing old school games and playing games without good graphics. It's the gameplay that matters, and I think that the engine, it just makes the game look stupid, in my opinion, and I just like the simplistic style a lot more. So if they made Heroes 8 and they made it the same art style as Heroes 3, which I believe is the best game in the series, then I would consider playing it. But I looked at Hero 7 and it looks identical to 6 and 5, and it just doesn't catch my interest at all. I do have one episode of Heroes 3, and I didn't really follow up on that, but I will. I'll try to make more, but I just need to get into it. The reason why is because recording Heroes 3 is a nightmare. It's really difficult to explain, but you have to pick a very specific resolution, and Camtasia is very, very stingy with how it allows it to be recorded, and I had to try a lot of times before I got it working. So yeah, but I'll try to get back to it. Anyway, number 2. Are Advanced Wars gonna become just as regular as Fire Emblem, or will they just go along the side? Oh, you're talking about how many videos I'm gonna make on my channel? That question was a little bit oddly phrased, but I'm guessing you're asking if I'm gonna be doing more Advanced Wars compared to Fire Emblem videos. I think Fire Emblem will always be the main focus of this channel, because there are more Fire Emblem games, and thus it's easier to create contents, and there are more Fire Emblem hacks, not to mention the randomizer, so it's a lot easier for me to make Fire Emblem videos. But I'll try to make more Advanced Wars 2 content, but sadly I don't really play many other games than number 1 and 2, and mostly Advanced Wars 2, so there's a limit to how much content I can make. But I can tell you that a Dual Strike Let's Play is in the makings, and it might be coming out soon, but I have to finish some of my other Let's Plays first. And when I say it's in the making, I don't mean that I've actually recorded the first part, but I've begun making preparations, such as getting ROM, unlocking hard mode, and, you know, just recording and testing to see if I can get a good resolution and shit like that. So I have begun paving the way for a Dual Strike Let's Play, and you can expect to see it on the channel very soon. But, as I said, first I have to finish up some of my other Let's Plays. People are screaming really hard about Fire Emblem 12, and I also have already begun recording my Fire Emblem 4 substitute run. So, and also a lot of people want to see me finish my Pokemon Let's Lock run, so I think I'm going to focus on those before I start on something new. But you can expect a Dual Strike Let's Play, and maybe some more Days of Ruin Let's Play as well, possibly. Maybe do some of the alternate missions there. A lot of people have been asking for that as well. So, anyway, number 3. Will you ever be doing live streams? And if so, at what time? My time zone is Central Eastern Time, and I usually get screwed over when live streams come at like 2 AM for me. Yeah, that's my time zone as well, so I assume you're somewhere from around where I live. I live in Norway. Yes. Yes, I will be live streaming. I just need to set my shit up. I have a friend who's really good into streaming, and she has given me a lot of good advice. So I just need to get the programs up and running, and I'm considering maybe I should have a face cam. Most streamers have a face cam. Then I need to go buy myself a webcam. But yes, I do have plans of streaming. But right now, I live together with other people, and sometimes they make noise, and that could ruin a stream for me. I would like my stream to be high quality. When I record YouTube videos, I kind of record them when I know that the house is quiet, and I know that nobody will interrupt my recordings. But when I stream, you know, yeah, I'm streaming directly, so I could just edit it out. But I prefer to have peace and quiet around me when I make videos. I hate it when people have like lots of background noise in their videos. I think it ruins everything. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I can't really say when I'm gonna start streaming, only that I do really want to do it, because yeah, it sounds fun. The live interaction and all shit. But I will do it at Twitch now. I don't want to use the YouTube live streaming function because I don't think it's very good. Anyway, thanks. Kind regards, nerd. I'm not sure if you call yourself a nerd or if you call me a nerd. Either way, it's a compliment, I guess. So, thank you for the mail. So the next mail comes in from someone named Trent, and he says, "Hey Mangs, I really love the content on your channel, especially the Fire Emblem Advanced Wars contents. I watched your randomized Fire Emblem 7 series, and some of your new Mystery of the Emblem series, and I'm following the War Room series on Advanced Wars too. But I was wondering if you'd ever be interested in doing a Gaiden series. I've seldom seen one on YouTube, and I know you're more than capable since you play the harder Fire Emblem games. I'm a huge fan of it, and if you get around to reading this or responding to this, I'd be more than ecstatic. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent at the library watching your videos when I probably should be studying. But anyways, thanks for all the good laughs." Yeah, Mangs preventing studies. I feel good about myself now. Gaiden is a cool game with a lot of cool concepts, and I really like it. I'm currently watching Mage Knight 404's Let's Play of Gaiden on his channel, which I can give you a link to if you're interested in checking that out. The problem I have with Gaiden is that it's really fucking slow and grindy, so if I am to make a Let's Play of Gaiden, I would have to edit it and make it entertaining in some way and do a lot of work, because just watching Gaiden on its own is not very entertaining. I mean, Mage Knight 404 has a lot of friends joining him, so they're doing dual commentary to keep the series a little bit more fresh. I prefer to do my Let's Play solo commentary. Maybe I'll bring in someone to watch me play it, but I don't know. It's Gaiden is a tricky game. It is really tricky. It is extremely slow, and the gameplay isn't really all that fun, and it drags on, and it drags on, and it drags on for a very long time. So we'll see. I'm not saying it's never gonna happen. I mean, I do have a Gaiden Let's Play on the channel. It's like 3 parts long. You can go watch it. I played like the first couple of chapters. So there is actually Gaiden content on my channel. I can give you a link if you want. Just check the video description. So the question is whether or not I'm going to be continuing doing that series or not. And I'm just going to say that there's so many other things that take priority right now that I don't see Gaiden being the focus of my channel for a very long time. But if I finished all the Let's Plays that I want to do and nothing else comes to mind during that time, then I could very well be going back to Gaiden. Because, you know, as you say, it's not a series that's done a lot on YouTube. And it deserves a little bit more recognition, possibly. So, I hope you like that response. Thank you, Trent. Alright, so, the last mail of today. Holy crap, this has been a long mail segment. Comes in from the Dark Destroyer, and he says, "Hello, Mangs. I discovered your channel earlier in the year when you were playing Bloodlines for the first time. I enjoyed your commentary on that hack, so I decided to go back and watch the other hacks you played, and I'm currently enjoying your Lunatic Fire Emblem 6 randomizer. I enjoy watching your Fire Emblem contents. I find it a great way to start my afternoon when I get home from work. I have a few shortish questions. 1. How many languages can you speak? Well, only 2 really. Norwegian, which is my birth language, and English, naturally. I understand German, and I can piece out basic sentences, but I wouldn't say I speak it. If 2 German people are talking next to me, I can roughly understand what they're talking about, but that really is it. I had 3 years of German in school, and I have family in Germany, so I guess the language kind of comes naturally to me, and I'm sure that if I really put myself into it, I could probably learn it in a year or 2. But that hasn't really been on the top of my priority list, although I would certainly like to speak German, because I've been to Germany, and it's a really fucking good country. Amazing food, and I fucking love the Oktoberfest. That's some good shit right there. But yeah. Anyway. 2. Can you Let's Play the Fire Emblem ROM hack Requiem? No. I'm sorry. Requiem is not very highly on my list of hacks to play, mainly because it has one glaring weakness, and that is map design. I really don't like the map design in Requiem. I think it's pretty bad, to be quite honest. I've talked to Gasts, the creator of Bloodlines, quite a lot about this, and I think he agrees with me. So yeah, maybe one time down the line if some patches fix it, but right now I've taken a look at it, and it's not exactly a hack that I would like to play. Anyway, number 3, will you be Let's Playing Midnight Sun when its full version gets released in December? Yes! Oh my god, yes! I mean, fucking hell, did you watch the news and update segments? Oh, I am super hyped for Midnight Sun. It is by far the best hack that I have ever played, ever. I mean, seriously, if Midnight Sun took the place of Fire Emblem 8's, if it like took the place of the Sacred Stones, if that was the official game, I would have said that Midnight Sun was the best Fire Emblem game of all time. I don't really compare hacks to original games because I just don't think it's fair because they have far less manpower behind them. But that hack would be as good as a standalone game in my opinion. The question is, will it continue to be that good? Because I've only played the first like 10 or 12 chapters. Will Alfred Cammon be able to continue his brilliance and make the game good all the way to the end? That remains to be seen. Will I like the ending? I don't know. I will have to play the game, but you can bet your ass that once that hack is released, I will be making part 1 instantly, and I will be making I'll be stopping everything I do, no matter what Let's Play I'm on, and I will make Midnight Sun because I am so hyped for that game. I fucking love it. Anyway. And the final question, what kind of music bands do you listen to? I have a very diverse music tastes. I listen to a lot of crap. But I am a big fan of trance and techno and electronica. I also love hard bass. That's like... it's a very specific type of music. Just type it in YouTube and you'll see. I like nightcore. Like all sorts of trance, really. Loved DJ Tiesto when I was a kid. Ferry Korstein. What else did I listen to? A lot of gaming soundtrack. I really love gaming soundtrack. I think it's amazing. I don't really listen to a lot of mainstream music. It's mostly like music that I just find on YouTube. I usually just sit on YouTube and I just let the autoplay just guide me through different songs. And if I find something I like, I remember the name and I go buy the album of iTunes or something. So yeah, I hope that answered your questions. Anyway, keep up the great work and stay awesome. Dark Destroyer 61. Thank you. Whew. Oh my god. That was a really fucking long mail segments, but I actually read all of them, so hope you guys appreciate it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was all we had time for today. So, once again, Mangs Monday comes to an end, but who knows, I'm kind of enjoying making these now, so maybe you can expect one next Monday as well. Who knows? Remember, you can send in mails at mangsandcyril@gmail.com. And you don't necessarily always have to ask me questions. You can also send me things for the news and updates segment if you actually have some news that you think I should showcase on the show. And feel free to also send me Let's Plays that you really like, that you might want me to feature. So for example, if you are a YouTuber, and you would like your Let's Play featured on the show, then you can feel free to send me a mail with a link to your Let's Play, and if I like it, I will feature it. I will not feature crap, I'm sorry, even if you're a nice person, but if I like your Let's Play, I might feature it on the show, so keep that in mind. Anyway, please consider leaving a like and a comment if you want to see more Mangs Mondays. It helps out the channel ever so much. And as always, my name's Mangs, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.